Hi everyone. So I've been playing with more of my molds, and I wanted to show you a different product that I used as well. And let me go ahead and change the camera angle so you can see some of the pieces I've made. So yesterday I posted a video on the Mod Podge pieces that I made, and the white ones are the ones that I made using the Mod Podge sticks. They are not glue sticks. They are sticks that look like glue sticks, but they're actually mod melts is what they call them. So these white pieces are what I used for those. This yellow one, actually, it looks yellow, but the reason it looks yellow is because this was the stick that was in the glue this morning, or the glue gun this morning, and it looks like it got burned a little bit, so when it came out it was yellow-ish. So that's the reason why it has that coloring on it. This is the one that I painted yesterday with my finger, and then I went back actually with a paintbrush and got into the crevices. So that works really well with the Pearl X. So you can actually paint all of the white pieces using the Pearl X, and it will stick to that pretty well. And it doesn't take much to do that with. So you can see how shimmery it is. Okay. So these other pieces I made using a melting pot, and Ranger has a melting pot. It looks like this. Pretty heavy duty thing. This melting pot is now cleaned out, but you plug it in and it melts. It melts the material. Here's a tray that I used, and you can see it's blue. It's still got the residue in here, and what you put in it is this melt art, what they call UTEE, ultra thick embossing enamel, and this is in the clear. So you put some of this into the pan as it's warming up, and you can tint it. So you can either do it as a clear pieces, or you can use different colored powders. And what I did was I used this white. So you don't have to use a lot of the white. You mix it into the clear to get your milky color. So after I did that, it comes out looking like this white color. But instead of doing another set of white pieces, I tinted it. And this is Melt Art Heated Ink. Now, they don't recommend you use any other colorant other than what they have for this, because some are combustible. So if you were to add this, when you add this to the embossing enamel that's melted, it sizzles. So if you add something that's not heat resistant, you could have a combustible product. So you could have it splatter on you, and it's hot, so you don't want to do that. So make sure that if you're going to use UTEE, you use the approved stuff that's for it. There's plenty of videos out on here on YouTube showing demonstrations of this, so I didn't want to demo it, but I did want to show you the product that I used. And it comes in multiple colors. Here's some of the colors I have. And you can determine how light or how dark you want the product to be based on how much colorant you use. So the white gives you that opaque looking color, which would get you something like this, and then the tint gets you one step more and gets you a color like this, and these are a light blue, and I actually love the colorant on these. So all of the blue pieces here were done using the UTEE and the white UTEE, as well as a colorant, and the colorant was turquoise, I think. Yeah, turquoise. And I added a few drops in until I got to the color that I wanted to get to. Now, when you're doing this, they don't recommend that you stir this a lot, because when you stir it, it adds bubbles to the mixture. And as you know, bubbles in the final product don't look as nice because, let me see if I have one here. Oh yeah. You can see in the corner here there's an air bubble. This happens to be on the back, but when you get the air bubbles on the front, you then have little tiny bubbles on your project. So I have these two hearts that I did, and it took me time to practice. So the one thing that is great about the UTEE is if you don't like how these turn out, you can throw them back in the pot and they will remelt and you can reuse them. I don't know, since this comes out of a stick, if you can remelt this. And I haven't tried it yet, but I'm thinking I might take this and put it in my melting pot and see if I can remelt it and just pour it out into a mold. So if I get a piece where I have like this stuff. Okay, what happened today was my glue gun got all clogged up and the stick started to come out the sides. It started to ooze out of the sides of the glue gun. So I had to stop what I was doing and clean it out. Well, now I have all this product here, and here's a piece that I didn't finish. I have all this product here that goes to waste. Well, with the UTEE, you can always remelt it. Now, it takes longer to use UTEE, and it probably is something you have to practice at when you're pouring so you don't overfill the mold. But you never lose any product because you can always reuse it. Whereas this, it comes in a stick, and if you can't get this back into a stick form. So I may try and use my melting pot to put them back to at least try and reuse it. I don't know if that will work out. So here is some finished pieces, and here's two roses that I did. And in the difference between this piece and this piece is that this is flexible. If you take a look, you could see that I can bend this. It's like a glue stick where it has that flex in it. Whereas this blue piece, you cannot bend at all. It is very hard. It's even very hard to cut it with scissors. So what I did with the sides here, where I actually went over the mold, where I poured too much product, I took this when the melting pot was empty, and just dipped it or held it to the heated pan, and it melted the sides. So to get a more finished edge, I just went around like that with some of my pieces where I'd over poured. And with time you get good at knowing when to stop pouring. But I just started doing this. So here is the rose cameo in the blue. And I don't know if it's focusing very well. Here's a picture frame in the blue. It's different from this one right here. Different mold, but you can see this one is very very small. It's detailed, but yet that white glue stick or Mod Melt stick really got into the cracks very well. This one is a little bit larger, more detail on it, but not as crisp as this. So I guess there's good and bad with both products. And as I said, this one I have to clean up, but it's so small that I don't even know if I want to go through that all. I'll probably just throw this back in the pot and use it, reuse it again. Here are two pieces that are the same as well. And you can kind of see the results there. I think they look fabulous. I love both colors. With the UTEE, it's more flexible in terms of colorant. Here's a letter that I did. Another flower. So yeah, this is just another way you can use your molds, other products that are out on the market. This particular container is 8 ounces of the clear ultra thick embossing enamel. I got it at Hobby Lobby. The regular price is $12.99, but you can get it with your 40% off coupon, so it's a lot cheaper. They do have a very big container of this. And I don't think they sell it at the stores. You'd have to order it online, but it may be more economical if you make a lot of pieces to use that. And if you want something that is more tougher, go with the UTEE. It is going to be more expensive because you have to buy more supplies, but it's much more tough than, say, something like this that has flex to it. But if you're just looking at it for some projects, I don't see why not. You have 2 options, and of course this comes in white or clear, and there's no colorants for it. This comes in clear. It has the white. I also have black. I have gold. I have bronze. So I bought all the metallics in different colors, and this is platinum. And then I also bought the colorants. So if I want to go with yellow, you know, the next time, I can do that. I can color it, and I can color it to the degree I want it. So if I wanted a dark purple heart, I can do that. And, you know, again, you're not going to lose any of your product, because anytime I decide I don't use some of these, I can remelt them. Now, of course, it has to be this color again, or I can maybe darken it up by adding more colorant to it. But these pieces I can, you know, melt down again and reuse the product from it. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, leave a comment. Thank you. Bye.